Hello students, this is Poonam teacher back with a new video of Science 2. In my last video, I have taught you about ecosystem, and then I've also taught about the various components of ecosystem like abiotic components and then biotic components. In the biotic components, I have taught you that there are autotrophic and heterotrophic organisms. Autotrophic, that means they can prepare their own food like the producers, that is plants, and then heterotrophic comes the consumers. In my last video I said that you can say predators instead of animals, so predators is also a correct word, or you can also say consumers. So inside the consumers there can be the animals, and those are further classified as primary, secondary and tertiary, and then the decomposers comes the microorganisms. So like this, I've taught you about the ecosystem. Then I've also taught you about the relationship between environment and the ecosystem. You have already studied about various kinds of cycles into the environment in 9th standard, that is the carbon cycle, nitrogen cycle and so on. And today we shall study environmental conservation. So how can we bring about the environmental conservation? See, whenever man interferes with the nature, it pollutes the environment, it pollutes the nature, and indirectly the man harms himself. So there are various factors which affects the environment, and those are natural factors and the man-made factors. Then under natural factors comes earthquakes, then cyclones as we have experienced yesterday, landslides are there, volcanic eruptions are there, hurricanes are there, famines are there, and so on. Then among man-made factors, there can be deforestation, there can be industrialization or soil erosion, there can be pollution, and so many other various things what man can do to harm the environment. So this all the things we have to stop, then and then only the environment can be remain into its proper position, and indirectly the environment will save us. If we are saving the environment will save us. If we are harming the environment, that means we are harming ourselves. So we have to take certain precautions regarding this. You see what is given over here, that there are many environmental problems that exist on the earth. Those can be natural or those can be artificial. Then environmental pollution means contamination of any material, or to decrease into the degree of purity of any substance leads to its pollution. Then you're already aware about various kinds of pollution like air pollution, water pollution, soil pollution, noise pollution or sound pollution, and so on. Then there is thermal pollution also. Now this thermal pollution, that means to release hot water into any other water body, and because of the releasing of this hot water into the water body, the entire environment of that water body, it gets disturbed, because hot water decreases the level of oxygen into the water, thereby the aquatic life is affected. The fishes or the aquatic animals may die, the aquatic plants will not be able to perform their process of photosynthesis properly. So this is the hazardous effect of thermal pollution. Now, direct or indirect changes in physical, chemical and biological properties of air, water and soil which are harmful to the human and other living things is known as environmental pollution. So like this, there are various environmental pollution, and thermal pollution is also one of it. Then what are the man-made interferences which brings about the pollution? So those are population explosion. Fast growing population will lead to environmental pollution, because more human beings will start exploiting the resources of the nature, and then the pollution will take place. Then fast industrialization, industries release harmful chemicals into the environment. Then indiscriminate use of natural resources, deforestation, that means cutting of trees and plants or to destroy the forest. Then unplanned urbanization, you can see that the current example of corona into Mumbai, Dharavi is like the hotspot of corona. Why? Because lots of people are living at a into a very closed space. So this is unplanned urbanization, more people into less space, or more people moving towards any particular city. So there's not going to be any social distancing. So like this, various hazardous effect of the unplanned urbanization also takes place, and which can harm the environment. take this, I taught you that there is thermal pollution, there is light pollution also. Now what is the meaning of light pollution? See, whenever the degradation of the natural light takes place because of the artificial light, then that is known as light pollution. Then see, this chart is given over here, which is in which air pollution is given, water pollution is given, soil pollution is given. So let's see all these things one by one into next video.